to you by National Mutual, member of the Global AXA Group.
Good evening, I'm Jo Hall. Claims tonight from Paul Keating's former business partner that the ex-Prime Minister took away more than $4 million from their piggery venture. Achilles Constantinides told 60 Minutes that he only earned $100,000 and feels used and cheated. He says he no longer feels bound by a pledge of silence he made.
I'm only really breaking that silence because when it gets down to a personal level of power and threats, I don't take too kindly to them.
It's alleged that Mr Keating lied to Parliament and concealed the true value of the sale of his interest. Hundreds of residents of a West Australian town are homeless tonight after a devastating flood. A massive downpour early this morning caused the Moore River to burst its banks, washing away everything in its path. Residents were ferried to higher ground. The sickest were airlifted to safety. Everybody has been ordered to leave with fears of an outbreak of disease. Meanwhile, the state's northwest is now bracing for one of the most powerful cyclones to hit Australia. Up to 1,000 residents of Onslow are being moved to shelters in Karratha, with cyclone Vance expected to cross the coast tomorrow morning. Balloonists Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones have touched down in Egypt, becoming the first team to fly non-stop around the world.
This was the last great aviation dream, and it came true as the Breitling Orbiter 3 crossed an invisible line in the African skies, now written for all time in the record books. Around the world in just over 20 days, and minutes later Brian Jones emailed the media from his high-tech capsule.
Here we are, we've crossed the finish line and it seems quite unbelievable.
Eagle has landed. Hooray! Bloody good.
After almost 42,000 kilometres and from 16,000 metres, an exhausted Jones told how he planned a far different celebration.
I'm going to phone back to the control room in a minute, and I'm going to tell my wife I love her, and then I'm going to have a cup of tea like any good Englishman.
They set out from the Swiss Alps on March the 1st, and along the way swept aside record after record, finishing just before fuel and supplies ran out. So many had tried and so many had failed. This, though, was just about flawless.
A very historic day. It's a momentous day. Two delightful people have managed to achieve their dreams.
Lane Kelkart, National 9 News.
Hollywood has been overtaken by Australians as our 7 nominees arrive in town for tomorrow night's Oscars, most admitting to a healthy dose of pre-award jitters.
As the covers came off Oscar today, the Aussies invaded the Hollywood party scene, trying to give the impression they're calm and cool.
Yeah, I make it sound so easy now, but, you know, I know that tomorrow morning I'll probably be swearing at my cufflinks.
Today, Kate Blanchett joked about the pressure of being a front-runner.
No, no, I'm fine. I'm actually lucky. I'm rehearsing a play in London, so I've been quite separate from the whole thing.
A no-show at this party, Rachel Griffiths, who's come down with the flu. But earlier, on American TV, she revealed she'd bet $500 that her competitor, Kathy Bates, would win the Best Supporting Actress category.
Well, if I win, I'm going to get up and go, huh, yeah, well, I just lost $500.
And to ensure they'll see the Australian nominees and Hollywood superstars walking down this red carpet tomorrow, more than 200 people have gone to extraordinary lengths. They're camping on the footpath, queuing for grandstand seats to watch arrivals. Some have been here a week. Ahead for them, another sleepless night. In Los Angeles, Nick McCallum, National 9 News.
To sport, and Matthew Elliott is in danger of being axed for next week's 3rd test after yet another batting failure. On the opening day of the tour match against a West Indies A team, Justin Langer belted a century, but Elliott was dismissed for a duck. In the Sheffield Shield final in Brisbane, Western Australia has taken a 160-run first innings lead. Simon Katich scored a century and Brendan Julian blasted 84. In reply, Queensland was 1 for 32 at stumps, with Matt Hayden out on the final ball. And Mark Philippoussis has advanced to the 3rd round of the Lipton Tennis Championship with a straight sets win over Leighton Hewitt. The Scud later unwound with a high-speed run at a local racing track. Now checking the national weather, and a wet Monday for most capitals, with rain clearing in Melbourne, Sydney and Adelaide, showers for Brisbane and Perth becoming unsettled. And that's the news for now. We leave you with pictures from today's Walk Against Want, which raised almost $1 million for community aid abroad. Good night.
This has been a National 9 News presentation. New night and a new time.
This is Oscar night and the world is watching.
Cheer for the 7 Australian nominees when Red One presents the Academy Awards 7:30 Monday.